You are listening to Not Your Average Podcast in the 716 with your host T and Mike on the Built in Buffalo Podcast Network.
Allen slinging it towards the end zone. It's caught. Beasley for the touchdown.
What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? This is T from Not Your Average Podcast in the 716. We are on the Build in Buffalo, and I have a special guest with me today. I'm just going to let him just do his thing, and he's not new.
No,
but it's the off season, so I want to bring him back on so we can have some discussion. So go ahead, introduce yourself.
Absolutely. My name is Julian J. Mafia. I'm the host of Mafia Talk, Bills fan podcast. I'm with the Mafia Sports Report YouTube channel, and I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all type of spaces. Nothing but love to Tia still. I've been on her show way back like a year or two ago, so it's nothing but love. She shows nothing but love on my show. I show her nothing but love on her show. It's Bill's Mafia family, so that's just how we go. So anybody want to check me out, please shoot me a DM, jump on the show. I'll invite everybody on the show, and we just sit back and talk some Bills.
Yeah, all love, always. Whenever you're posting something, I'm always retweeting it or sharing it to get you out there, just to make sure people know that it's more than just I'm not trying to shit on nobody else's pod, but there's other pods out there that are doing some great things too, and I just want people to see that as well. So that being said,
everybody, I listen to you guys, on the rumblings, both Fanatics, everywhere. I listen to a bunch, like when I'm at work, I listen to like 3-4 different type of podcasts. So man, everybody got great content out there. So yeah, definitely give us a listen.
That's for sure. That's for sure. I just had my son just drop a freaking hammer on his toe. Yeah, so this is crazy. But let's get into, some talks. The off season is over now, and kind of rough ending to our season. What is your takeaways from this season?
My biggest takeaway from this season is that this team is resilient and they embody next man up. And it goes throughout the entire Bills organization when it comes down to the coaches and the players. I mean, we can even talk about Chris Brown when John Murphy went out, our broadcast announcer.
Right.
He got sick. Chris Brown stepped up, and he's doing a phenomenal job on the broadcast. So it's just everywhere. And when you're going down to the last man to the point where you got to call somebody on their way to vacation, it's like, yo, bud, AJ Klein, I need you to come play this game. I know you're on your way packing up the RV to go to Cancun or wherever, but we need you to come to Buffalo, freezing cold temps, and shut this game down. And sure enough, AJ Klein came into that Steelers game leading tackler on both sides of the field. So
yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah,
they embody the word next man up. The only point is, I mean, we were just worked in. We had too many people injured. Where it's kind of tough to play the best team in the league and be successful when you got a player coming off the streets to play the game.
Right. I mean, every level of that defense was kind of injured,
Yeah.
I know we got Daquan back, but still you had so much money on the defense out than you did playing. So it was definitely kind of tough. So going into talking about the takeaways of the game, do you think this season was stressful for a fan?
Every season is stressful for a fan, especially for the Bills.
True.
But when it comes down to it, for me, myself, I had to take a step back. I know all of Bills Mafia, we're all furious when we don't win the Super Bowl. We don't go all the way. But fortunately, only one winner, 31 losers. But we also need to appreciate what kind of team we have here. I mean, go back 10 years ago, we all know the type of team we were. We was barely 500.
Right.
Really appreciate the team that we have here and that we have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. We have a phenomenal coach in Sean McDermott. Granted, I know everybody want to take his job, but, I mean, he got us here, and he's keep getting us here. We're 4 times AFC East champions. We're always in the playoffs. We always win a playoff game, so let's at least be happy for that. But as a Bills fan coming into the season, this season specifically, it was really tough because obviously we went 6-6. We were losing games to teams we had no business losing to.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing close games to teams that were, quite frankly, at the time, were one of the worst teams in the league, with the Broncos coming off a 70-point loss. And the Patriots at the time, they were the worst team in the league, and they had no type of offense. And here you come, McCorkle, Mac and Cheese Jones.
Yeah.
He comes
right.
last drive and then ends up getting 16 points for the win. And then even in the Giants game, we should have lost that too. That was a plastic finish at the end of the game on TJ. But we got away with that one. But this season was really tough. But you look at the second half of the season, I mean, this team were on fire. They got back to themselves. Joe Brady stepped up in his offense and got the juices flowing. Everybody remembered who they were, and we went on that 7-game win streak and got as far as we got to the divisional. So it's kind of tough. You got to break the season down 2 halves. In my show, I gave the first half of the season a C-, D+.
Mm-hmm.
The second half, I gave the Bills a B+.
Okay.
Those are 2 halves of
right.
the totality of the season.
Yeah, big difference when Joe Brady came into this calling the offense. So, yeah, and they, that, and plus, I'll say this: I'm not a Joe Brady fan.
Okay.
Because I'll say this: I always wanted, if they were not going to hire Joe Brady, I always wanted an older OC. Mm-hmm. I thought Josh, me personally, would do better with an older voice in the room.
Yep.
And I know that Joe Brady and Josh, they hit it off. Like, he's a much better Ken Dorsey. Yeah. Ken Dorsey, I don't know what that was. But
I don't know if you know, but I believe the Browns hired Ken Dorsey. So
good luck.
How he's gonna turn that around, and that's gonna tell us: are you just a bad OC, or you're just in a bad situation because he was trying to enforce your style of offense on a team that was already established?
Right.
That was just the difference. You're supposed to roll with what the team is doing, not trying to implicate your own offense, and then we've seen the failure in that.
But you also seen the balance of Joe Brady. You've seen the run game. Ken Dorsey didn't even involve the run game.
Yeah.
And I know, like, Sean McDermott always talked about a balanced offense. We already know that they are a pass first type of a team. Mm-hmm. And again, getting back to me saying that I wasn't not a fan. I just thought an older person in the room with Josh Allen would be better. But I don't disapprove of Joe Brady being in there because of what he did during the 7-game streak. So speaking of Josh and Joe Brady and this offense and the playbook, what do you want to see or hear that Josh is doing this offseason?
Honestly, me personally, I'm going back to last year. All I heard from Josh Allen was him golfing, and that really kind of was bothering me last year. All he was doing, and honestly, that probably showed coming into this season because, dude, first game of the season, you throw 3 interceptions to the same dude.
Right, and you got him his freaking incentives.
Yeah, so it was like the year before that, like you was doing the training camps with, what's his name, Chris Palmer, I believe, and then you changed your whole mechanics. Honestly, it changed my mechanics. playing football because I got a fractured rotator cuff and 3 torn ligaments in my right shoulder. So it's hard for me to throw a football accurately with power and deep and all that. So me watching how Josh Allen mechanics changed my own mechanics. So now I know how to keep my shoulder tucked in and not hurt it, and I can still throw precise and down deep. So just watching Josh Allen help me in real life how to throw the ball. And it's just like last year, it's like, dude, all you're doing is golfing. You're going to Pebble Beach, and you're with Tom Brady, and I just hear you golfing all year, not really training camp. I see other players' videos, and they're Stephon Diggs at the beach doing his routes in the sand, and I see Singletary doing this thing or however. So what I want to hear this season is that Josh is doing a lot in his craft. He's practicing more. He's training more. I want to see him really work mentally because we already know he has all the physical traits. He can do everything any quarterback can do on the field plus more. So it's really all in mind. So I want you we all know Josh Allen turns the ball over because he throws so much.
Right.
But I really need him to be a lot smarter in his decision making. And
absolutely
with Joe Brady because Joe Brady just got signed as OC. So let him get his full year in, establish his playbook, and have Josh and Brady work together throughout this whole offseason. So they're clicking when the season comes. They are on the same page.
I posed this question to Mike, and Mike, I guess, was the opposite of you. And so here's my thing. I'm good with Josh golfing, right? I believe that guys need to get away.
Absolutely.
Much as golfing he did last year, though, that was a lot. That was a lot of golf.
Offseason, yeah, obviously they need a break from football, but 2 months from now and you're still golfing.
Okay. At some point, the golf has to be put away. The ball has to be put away, and now you have to pick up the football. Yeah. So I didn't have a problem with him. Last year, yes, too much. I don't have a problem with guys getting away from the football aspects of the grind because it's a lot. I mean, Mitch Moore said it on Eric Wood's podcast that he doesn't want to see or even talk about quote unquote football for a while. He'll get back into it like mid-February or something like that, but not, too hardcore. Their body has to get adjusted to it, right? Yes, I'm with you. I want to see Josh Jordan Palmer is his name. Jordan Palmer, get into it, get the book, but also too, I want to see what they do at the draft and free agency because you can work on that, and I need for him to do all that, pocket presence for sure. But I want to see you with your new wide receivers, your new if we get one in free agency, and see how that meshes together. But yeah, golfing, I'm good with to a certain extent. But, again, we are fans. We're just expressing how we want our guy to be fully prepared for this season coming up because you only have so many, right? He's not young anymore. He's not 24. He's not 22. Josh is 26, I think, right?
He's he's 28.
Okay.
I think I'm older than him. No, he's 28 because there was a little video with him and Josh and Tom Brady and Josh. And
okay.
You're only 28, this and that and the third. So, yeah, I believe he's 28.
Okay. He's 28.
Yeah, he's a veteran in the league. He's not a young quarterback.
Right. Please. So, you only have so many of these left. You know what I mean? So, but, I don't see him, digressing or going down regressing or anything like that. But,
this year, from the previous year to this year, he definitely digressed with his decision-making, his action.
Oh, yeah. And what's so crazy? We had a better O-line.
Yeah. But
the best of his career yet. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy. It's totally crazy. But speaking of Joe Brady, right. Speaking of Joe Brady, and kind of got what you is feeling about him. They hired Joe Brady as their OC. Mm-hmm. What's your feedbacks from Joe? You like this move?
Yeah, I absolutely like what I've seen from Joe Brady. He definitely turned this offense completely around. Ken Dorsey, I don't want to keep hating on him because there was a couple games that I like his play style, his game calling. But the biggest takeaway I got from Ken Dorsey, he never developed a counterpunch. He would have his game plan going into the game, and if
he sticks to it.
Stopped it, he just didn't know what to do, and he stuck with it, and that just kind of just left us to the point where everything is on Josh. Now into this Joe Brady offense, everything is still on Josh, but it made it more fluid. We wasn't going 3 and out as often. We got the run game incorporated. I mean, James Cook was able to be established,
right?
Yeah, and have a great games. I mean, we all see his main breakout game against the Cowboys, and that right there, it was said that wasn't even the game plan.
Right.
Right. Want to keep running it. So honestly, I don't know if Ken Dorsey was there. Maybe we never would have got that game. Maybe Ken Dorsey would have just stuck to his game plan, not just stick with the run game because I was successful. Who knows? We'll never know. But yeah, I absolutely like what I seen from Joe Brady. I don't remember seeing myself yelling at the TV like, "Oh, why the hell would you call that?" And Ken Dorsey, I kept saying like, "That was a stupid play call," or "You go run, and then 3 and out," and I'm like, "Dude, what's going on?" Or just the dumb play.
You know what dumb play I used to hate with Ken Dorsey? The bubble screen with Stephon Diggs.
I was just about to say that because
my God.
Towards late in the season with Joe Brady.
Just wanted to pick my TV up and just drop it.
But the difference is it was a lot more successful when Joe Brady was running compared to Ken Dorsey. Because Ken Dorsey, we run that play like what, 20 times and got a maximum of 5 yards total.
Yeah.
20 times we ran that play.
And they ran it also too with Gabe Davis and Shakir. And it worked out.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow. But I'll say this about Ken Dorsey. The one great game that he had was Miami's game. And I was kind of shocked because also too, Miami they don't counter punch either. Like when something's not working for them, they just like, they don't know what to do. And it's kind of crazy because, what's his name? Fiangio, or what's his name? He was there. Vic Fiangio or something. Yeah, he was there. So it was kind of like, okay, you're supposed to be this defensive guru.
Right.
And you can't stop the Buffalo Bills. And we know Ken Dorsey sometimes is iffy. So that game to me was always like, it was mind-boggling to me because it was like, how did we just win this game with Ken Dorsey and then flip around and have, what was it, the Giants game or some game where we were just
Jaguars right after Miami.
Right, the Jaguars game, which was a rough game oh my God, that game was rough.
The whole situation with that, they messed up because as soon as you won that game,
you should have left.
Flight to London. You already know the Jaguars been there the week prior. As soon as you finish with that game with Miami, you jump on the first flight. They waited till the day before the game, and then I heard that they kept the players up since they landed all the way.
Yeah, they did.
It was already up 24 hours going into that game. So I just felt like the whole situation of them going in there was awful. And I remember Josh saying in the interview, like, how are you going to prepare for this game? Like, I don't know. I just got to trust my staff. And we just followed their lead. And honestly, I just felt like they handled that situation.
Yeah, I just put that. I actually, before the season started, I put that as an L because I just thought they had a disadvantage. They have another team over there for 2 weeks, and then you're doing the Bills dirty to where it's like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, play this team that's been here for 2 weeks. It's like, come on. And I just don't like, I just don't like overseas games. I just don't think they're going to be prepared. I don't think the teams are going to be prepared. I don't.
And even us, when you fly to another state, when I went to California, dude, I was off that day, and everybody went to, like, my buddies was like, "Oh, let's go to the beach and do that." Like, man, I just want to relax. That jet lag is real.
It's serious.
Overseas, that's even more.
And then they were talking about the turf or the grass or whatever it was. It was cement. Like they were talking about, you rolled this tarp over concrete. Yep. So it's, so I just thought it was just a messed up game. And it messed us up. As a fan, I struggled after that game because it was like, now what? Now, like, what are we doing now? And I was like you too, like you said at the beginning of the pod, I had to back up too, because I didn't want to be a roller coaster fan with emotions, because as a fan, you get in, right? Yeah, so I was like, I can't be a roller coaster fan because my emotions is all over the place, because the beginning of the season, the first freaking game, that game was so, now, I don't want to say important, but it was important. But the way they hyped that game, you would think that our season was over after that game, the way they were hyping it up.
And the way it happened, I mean, Rodgers only played 4 downs and he gets the season. I still don't believe that.
I know.
And then just 4 plays in that.
As a Jet fan,
that's traumatizing.
You had to been like hit in the gut because you were riding on time. The whole offseason, all they said, we're making the playoffs. We're going to play. We're going to the Super Bowl.
He had playoff whatever.
Aspects, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have playoff expectations. Now you got Rodgers. Oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. Like, and then
their expectations, aberrations, whatever you want to say, was high.
Yes.
And then when he got hurt, it just went whoop, and that was it. I mean, I felt for him, but also too, I didn't care because I'm a Bills fan. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I mean, we're gonna hear it again this season coming up. You know, he's back. And I don't know if you read the article, but it's an article out with the Jets GM, head coach Rodgers. It's a really good article. It's about the whole turmoil in their organization. I read it and was just like, okay, y'all don't talk about this too much because anything about the Buffalo Bills, you're gonna hear it. You're going to hear about Stephon Diggs. You're going to hear about, Sean McDermott. You're going to hear about all of this. But when it comes to other, like the Jets, Miami, you're not going to hear about it. And maybe I'm in my own little bubble. Maybe we might be in our own little bubble and don't hear about it, but you don't hear about it too much, But speaking about this offseason and everything, so today you're going to be a GM. So you put your GM hat on, and I want you to pick the Buffalo Bills' first pick in the draft. Who are you gonna pick and why?
Now I don't know the specific players. I hear.
Yeah, no. Oh, my bad. You don't have to say a name. You could just say a position.
Okay, got you. Obviously, everybody's talking about a lot of receiver. Me personally, that's my biggest thing. But I'm really getting torn between. I believe we have 10 picks in this draft.
Mm-hmm, we do.
Do we move up, meaning getting a closer number?
Okay.
In the draft, or do we go back to get more picks? Because this offseason, we're losing a lot of people due to contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be weak, especially in the defense, I believe in it, even in the receiver room. So we also need to draft our number 1 receiver. We need to draft Stephon Diggs' replacement, like now. Not to replace Diggs, but eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Diggs older, next year or two, his contract is going to be up. So I still got faith in Diggs. He's number 1. But we need to get his replacement in the building now. That being said, I'm still torn between do we move up in the draft to get a better pick or do we go back because we also hit on our later drafts. Like half of our best players on the team are like 3rd round picks, 4th and 5th round picks, undrafted free agents. So honestly, yeah, if I'm GM for today, I'm trading back. I want to get more assets. I want to get more picks. I want more players in this building because we don't have the cap space. We're like $40 million under the cap. So we got a lot of people, unfortunately, leaving the team. So, yeah, I would trade back, get as many picks as we can, and get these guys groomed up so they can be the next starters.
I like that. I would, if I'm putting a GM hat on, I am going to trade up and get as close to a wide receiver as possible. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to probably go second safety because we're losing 2 of our safeties. Yeah. We might lose 1. If we lose both and go in free agency and get a safety, a vet safety, I'm fine with that. But we can't have that safety tandem back there. We can't. Right. They are. And I love Jordan Poyer and I love Micah Hyde. Micah Hyde is going to retire because I just don't see him playing again because he roughed it out. Micah Hyde roughed it out. Jordan Poyer, if he comes back, I mean, he may have another year because Jordan Poyer also played in that dime, so they can use him there. That's why I think Sean McDermott, to me, when it comes to this defense, I won't say guru, but I'll put him almost there. You've seen how aggressive he was in this defense this year, and I loved it. Even with the pieces that he was missing, he still made a difference in certain games. Like we were still in it.
Yeah, and what's the most important thing? You lose your 2 play callers on defense with Matt Terrell Bernard.
Yeah.
Those are your quarterbacks of the defense. You lose both of them, well, Terrell Bernard later in the season, but you lose those. Let's really give a huge shout out to Terrell Bernard.
Yeah.
Your second season, well, technically your first starting season, your second season as an NFL player, but and you had a great season. You didn't even have a playoff or a preseason.
Right. No preseason at all. Because he was hurt. And then, not even that, and I keep saying this every occasion that I get to say it, is that that offseason, they kept telling us as fans, we have it in the building. We have a linebacker in the building. We, as GMs and fans, was like, no, you don't. They're lying to us. You let go of Edmonds, and you're trying to tell me that you have somebody to replace that? I don't see it. I don't see it, sir.
And now we're on Edmonds who? Edmonds who?
Exactly.
Exactly.
They showed us.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing. Coming in like, man, I understand, but how can you replace the size?
Yeah.
Like, he shuts down the middle of the field. Yeah, we all talk about his decision making. He hits the wrong holes.
Sideline to sideline.
But that length, I mean, you see the predator right in front of you. It's hard to hit the middle of the field.
Yeah.
So when he left and all that, we're like, damn. And even me and my co-host, because we'll sign that apology for him, because I would have rather have kept Edmonds and got rid of Oliver, because that was the same money. It was the same money in contract. So I'm like, for that, we could have kept Edmonds and got rid of Oliver. Nah, shut me up, man, because Oliver had a great season, and Edmonds wasn't doing much over there in Chicago. And wait to Terrell Bernard, I mean, his instinct, and he was there. He was making plays. He was there when he was supposed to be making the right plays. Phenomenal. So shout out to Terrell Bernard on not only being a great starter, but also taking over the defense and being a play caller and understanding your job and everybody else's job. And yeah, and with all your star players and the people you're supposed to count on, like Trey White and other people who got hurt, you still kept your performance up and kept the defense solid. And even when he went down, I mean, Sean McDermott still had his defense humming. It's just tough playing the Kansas City Chiefs and you got AJ Klein checking Travis Kelce. Come on now. Even in AJ Klein, he's not checking Kelce. So.
No. But that just goes to show you and us and everybody that we don't know anything about being a GM or a head coach. Right. But moving along, the big game is slowly approaching, and I hate it because we're not in the Super Bowl. But I love it because I love watching football. And today, no football. I mean, there's the Pro Bowl. I probably will watch it. I ain't gonna lie, because it's something to do. But speaking about the Super Bowl and Patrick Mahomes, the conversation has came up of late. Is Patrick Mahomes in the same conversation as Tom Brady? And if so, why? I just don't get this conversation that they're having. But what's your take on this?
He is the next Tom Brady. The Chiefs is the next Patriots dynasty. They already are. Things that Andy Reid got them, and Andy Reid, he's the next Belichick. It is tough. Before I answer that question, I just kind of want to answer the question between Josh and Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Listen, the thing is, this is an all-time team. Not just the best team in the league. The Chiefs is an all-time team. You could take this Chiefs team and match it up to historical teams. They're just like that. Andy Reid got these guys in the right position to be that successful. That's why they're going to their fourth Super Bowl? Or their fourth Super Bowl.
So. Yeah.
1-2, they could win a third.
Yep.
So it's kind of tough. I still think that Josh Allen is still better because Josh Allen is doing more with a lot less. Josh Allen doesn't have a Hall of Fame coach. He doesn't have a Hall of Fame player to throw to. Josh Allen's not even a Hall of Fame quarterback yet. The Chiefs has all of that. So, I mean, it's kind of tough to balance that. Now, when we go to Mahomes and Tom Brady, Mahomes is on the quickest path to be the next Tom Brady. But nobody can really do what Tom Brady did because he did it for so long.
Right.
But really, I think he got like 35 playoff wins.
Yeah.
And S is like, I don't even think 20. I think it's like 15 or 18, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And Patrick Mahomes, I think, has 14.
Yeah.
This man has 35.
Right.
35 and everybody else is I can't wrap myself around the conversation of Patrick Mahomes is in the conversation with Tom Brady. I can't, because I just see them as too far apart right now. Like, and not even that, Patrick Mahomes not done playing yet. So I can't put him there yet.
Jesus, if you're one, like, okay, let's see. I don't think any quarterback is going to play until 40 nowadays. That's
right. Oh yeah, no.
I don't know what deal Tom Brady did with the devil, but yeah.
Or the league or the refs. I mean, he had them in a pocket until like maybe a year and a half when he was leaving, because they were turning on Tom. Tom was not getting calls anymore. Tom was like, okay, I got to get out of here because they really try to hurt me.
I seen a stat where Tom Brady got 3 Hall of Fame career records. Like, you could break his career down 3 different ways, and each 3 parts are Hall of Fame stat.
Right, and put that person in each one of them, and there's 3 people going to the Hall of Fame, and it's just Tom Brady. It's crazy.
There will ever be another Tom Brady, but I mean, Pat Mahomes is on the fastest path.
Yeah, he is.
Pat Mahomes could stay healthy until he's 40 and play. I'm pretty sure he could. I'm pretty sure he could break or match some of his records if he stayed healthy enough. And I mean, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, I could see it too. I just can't get in the conversation right now. Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady in the conversation of their first 6 years. You know, I just maybe I'm biased, whatever. But I am a football fan, so I'll listen to the conversation. But I just can't get to where he's going to be, or he's where Tom is at right now. And I'm like, see, you got me. I'm gone now, because they're not even. He's not even close yet. He's still playing Thomas Stock.
Really, I mean, his accolades are skyrocket. I mean, to do in his first 5 seasons, and I mean, no, I don't think anybody has got these many Super Bowls in this short amount of time or been
right. No, for sure. As of right now, yes, it's Mahomes. He's the face of the NFL. Everybody wants to be where he is. Quarterbacks that come out now say they want to be, Patrick Mahomes. They want to be in that. They want to, of course, they want to be the top 5. Josh Mahomes, Burrow, all of that. They want to be these quarterbacks. Ultimately, it is Patrick Mahomes.
You're comparing 25 years to 5 years.
Right. Thank you. That being said about the Super Bowl and Patrick Mahomes, who do you have in this game? Are you watching the game?
I'm pretty sure I would watch it. I don't care. It's probably just gonna be on the background. It depends, because if my brother-in-law invites me over to watch it, I'll go over there, we'll watch it, we'll have a little get-together. But I don't care. Like these old Pro Bowl games and all that, I see little clips here and there on Twitter. But I don't really care. Am I still upset about us losing? Obviously, but I'm over the emotional factor. I'm not. 13 seconds, I was devastated. It was hard.
Oh, yeah. 13 seconds was different.
It was lost. I was just disgusted and disappointed. Now I'm like, it is what it is. Only one winner, 31 losers. Just be happy that we're in the conversations every year.
Right.
So I can't get too emotionally invested. Am I numb? Yeah, I am.
Because I mean, the Bills have ripped your heart the last.
There's no reason why we couldn't at least had one Super Bowl. There's no reason. And another thing with the Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen beat Mahomes twice already. The Bills didn't beat the Chiefs. Josh Allen beat Mahomes in 13 seconds. Yeah. Josh Allen can't play defense. Josh Allen ain't on special teams. And in this past game, Josh Allen can't kick field goals. Josh Allen can't catch the ball. It's already enough that he has to be the all-time quarterback and running back. So, like, it just helped the man. Like, help lose these games because of coaching every year. Not because the Bills fall short. Josh Allen has the best record in playoff. I'm not going to say playoff history, but look at the stats. He has one of the best stats in playoff history. And right now, since he's a turnover machine, he doesn't turn the ball over in the playoffs.
Right. And I think that's why, getting back to the draft, I think that's why this draft is going to be so key and so important for the Bills to get those explosive plays, like Sean McDermott was talking about in his last presser, that they need some explosive plays to help Josh out. Like we had that. Yeah, I don't want to go back to that, but explosive plays killed the Buffalo Bills this season. And I think they're going to make it a point to get someone in here to help Josh and
Yeah.
Kincaid next year. Shakir next year is going to be very important in their development.
I'm excited for Justin Shorter. I'm really excited for him, man.
I'm pumping my brakes on Justin Shorter, but I'm excited.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I'm excited. When they made that pick, there's a lot of people in Bills Mafia don't think that Justin Shorter will take a step. I'm going to put my brakes on it because there was a lot of people when it came Shakir. Me and Mike loved Shakir.
Okay.
Loved Shakir, right? Mike was like, okay, they drafted Dalton Kincaid. Where is Shakir? I was like, I don't know how Shakir is going to fit in this offense. You just drafted Dalton Kincaid, and he can play in a slot. He can play inside out, and so can Shakir. So what are we doing here? Mm-hmm. But I'm excited for Shorter. I am.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think what happened with Gabe Davis, do you think it was a mistake getting rid of Isaiah Hodgins? Do you think we should?
I didn't want them to get rid of Hodgins. I wanted to see how Hodgins operated in his offense because the fact that he was better than Gabe Davis when he first got drafted. They were saying he was a better route runner. He was a better point catcher, like all of that. And I just wanted to see how he would have fit in this offense with Brian Daboll. Because at the time, Brian Daboll was still, our OC. So I just wanted to see what he looked like in this offense. And then he went over to the Giants and he kind of had a little career. He looked good. And I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity right there.
And then now
and I'll say this too, right? I do believe that Gabe Davis might be playing in the wrong position or they're not using him right.
Okay.
So if Gabe Davis does, and I don't see him coming back. If he does, wow. Yeah. But I can see Gabe Davis going somewhere else and flourishing. I do, because he's not being properly used here in Buffalo. Oh, I don't know what happened. He left. But he'll come. There he is. Right, okay. Yep. My bad. But yeah.
You hear me?
So I hear you. Can you hear me?
Hold on, my thing muted. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear nothing.
No. Come back out and come back in if you can hear me. Something happened.
I don't know why I can't hear nothing.
Come back out and come back in. Let me see. Let me see if I can get him out and he can come back in. But yeah, so I just thought Gabe Davis was being used differently. And like I said, I can see Gabe going somewhere else and having a great career somewhere else. Here he comes back.
All right, sorry about that, folks.
You're good. So yeah, Gabe Davis, I could also see, like I said, I could see him going somewhere and having a great career.
Yep.
So we spoke about how you felt about the last game with the Buffalo Bills. Is there anything else? Like, I know everybody wants Sean McDermott gone. And I'm 50-50. I'll say this, and this could be the last question. I'll say this about Sean McDermott. And I've always said this, and I said this to Mike. Sometimes everybody can't go. And Sean McDermott may have just brought the Bills to where they can be, right? And then there's someone else that has to take the Bills to that next step. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about Sean?
I don't want him to go, but I do believe that he took us as far as he can take us. All in these games that we lost in the playoffs, it came down to coaching decisions. So that's my take. But if we get rid of him, there's really nobody else that can really keep this team as good, if not better. My vote was Jim Harbaugh, but the Chargers are playing him. So, I mean, that is out. There's another one, Bill Belichick, but maybe I don't want him because of the whole Bills and Patriots history. But it's not even just that. I mean, even as the head coach and how good he was, that Patriots team was still terrible. And then you could blame the players and the coach and their performance, but as a head coach, I didn't see you turn that team around. So I don't want them to hire Belichick as his replacement. So we're just gonna ride out with Sean McDermott until the Pagula is fined differently. And honestly, I heard that they're the only ones that can fire him. The Steelers.
Yeah, because
So
they answer. Sean McDermott answer to Terry Pegula, and so does Brandon Beane. They don't answer to each other.
We're just gonna write it out, and then in those games, it's just tough. We just have to get those plays. Like Stephon Diggs got to catch that ball, or Taliban's got to make that kick, or Deion Dawkins got to anchor down and not bump into Josh so he can hit Shakir. There's a lot of different plays. So, I mean, but my whole end of it is that it comes down to coaching. We just got to get better at it. That's all.
Yeah, facts. Well, I appreciate you always coming on, and I'm definitely going to have you on again in the off season because, and then we're going to know who we got as wide receivers, and hopefully we get some safeties, something. It's going to be a different team. Can't wait to training camp. It's going to be exciting. I'm really, really excited about the off season in this upcoming season because, again, we had some off seasons where it was just depressing, and this is not the one. So I'm excited about the draft, free agency, and training camp. But again, thank you for coming on. It's always good talking with you. Tell everybody where they can find you and when's your show coming on again.
All right. I usually go Wednesday nights, but since it's all season, we're probably going to do every other night. My name is Julian J. Mafia, host of Mafia Talk, a Bills fan podcast. I go live on the Mafia Sports Report YouTube channel. I also go live on Facebook, Twitter, and that's just Mafia Talk. Twitter is at Mafia Talk Bills. Yeah, shoot me a DM, a message, anything like that. Get you on the show. We'll talk some Bills. I'm just your average Bills fan that just want to talk their stuff. So, give me a shout out. Nothing but love, man. I love everybody. I support everybody. Shout out to Tia Stell. It's been nothing but love since day one. So let's keep grinding and go Bills.
Go Bills. Now, first, before I let you go, are you on a network now?
Yes, on their YouTube channel, yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, congratulations.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I love it. They definitely opened me up to their fan base and a lot more people I can talk to. So I definitely love it. Shout out to all the people who's already subscribed to them, who's been showing me and my big cuz some love. It's definitely blessings over there. That dude Tommy over there, he's real cool. He's helping me out with little different things and all that.
Right.
Real good. So we're growing.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna tag them in this as well, so they know that you're out here doing big things. You know what I'm saying? You're out here doing your thing, grinding, continue to grind. And again, thank you.
We just had Justice General on last week too. We had great conversation.
Yes, I checked that out. That was a good episode. That was really good. Really good. All right, guys. So thank you guys again for listening. This is Not Your Average Podcast in the 716. We are on the Build in Buffalo Network. Mike's not here, but he's always here in spirit. But peace out, y'all. And it's always go Bills.
Go Bills.
Yes, man. Peace, y'all.
This has been Not Your Average Podcast in the 716 with T and Mike, only on the Built-in Buffalo Podcast Network.
Here we go. Hey, everything on three. Number 3. 1 on 1. 1 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Not your average podcast.
That gets me going, man.
Do me a favor. Say a prayer in typical one. Go Bills.